So I made a splash somewhere. A couple of knuckleheads were walking the ridge, this little area that I'm in. But they were the owners, and they were gonna be bulldozing this whole area, so I had to find something else to do. They were nice about it. I just, I don't trust anything anymore. So yeah, right off the bat, if you want my opinion, somebody's planning on picking me up here. This sucks, dude. Just, I don't know, like whether they are or not the owners, it doesn't really matter. Cops show up, I'm the homeless guy. Easy pickings, and especially if they get paid off cop. So that's why I'm not as out there as I can be, especially when 90% of it's freaking crap and people know it. That's a really slapstick part about all this. Is like early on in 2017, I started calling out the fact that a lot of the charade was a trap. It's not about me saving the girl. They want me to join the satanic team. And there's no amount of filler. Apparently, there's no amount of talent. There's no amount of nothing that they want on the table except my knee bending to the retarded joke. I captured that by carrying this stupid ordeal all these years, and then last year started popping off about how I wished I was on Team Blue and how I'm giving everything up to be on Team Blue. Started deleting a bunch of stuff from my Instagram. Within a day, started getting a lot more positivity from some of these celebrities who started showing up and even popping my name off in the distance. So I'm not bowing to a retarded goat. I set this whole thing up by saying I would bend the knee to Angelina Jolie. And I think that's fair, considering I piss on the table. But now, I don't know, now I'm in like going crazy mode. I went on a rant last night, a bit of a tangent about how like a lot of these ladies, almost like Reese Witherspoon, and Jennifer Hewitt, the manager that I saw recently. But it's like they're taking time out of their busy day, they're stepping out on a ledge with their careers, trying to get a hold of me, and then they drive all the way the fuck up to this town, and they see me and start thumbing their nose with the big, dumb, arrogant, giant ass from ear to ear grin. And so they go into Lompoc looking for me, and then get their ass torn up and humiliated and nasty, looking for me, blaming all the shit they're going through on me, ignoring me. And then as they finally crawl limp back into their freaking cars and head back home to heal their butthole, see me and go, oh, there's the loser who won't rape. I'm not joking. So excuse me for venting in some slightly extravagant ways, baby. You ladies know what you're doing. And it's putting this speech plainly on the table that you're trying me for. So I don't know. I'm trying to crack something open. Less violence. I think rape and violence and torture and sex cults would be redundant if we could just make it redundant. Now I'm not saying every girl is just free use publicly. Following along for a certain window of mine. But I mean, I've been there. And yeah, if I walked up to a girl in a grocery store who's standing in like a tiny, cheeky little miniskirt with nothing under it, rocking her hips back and forth in front of the freaking zucchinis, go ahead and pop that in there. But it's like, there's just this superiority complex, evil tinge that's interrupting everything. It's like some of these ladies that I said I would get pretty dirty for. But all of that in a bag of chips gets puffed, gone. The second you even start tiptoeing in that direction, because it's about humiliation and domination, tacky smearing. If we can lose some of that, man, we'd be having a grand old time. I don't know. I don't know what to do. There's just so many people that I need to take a baseball bat to. Because you're not surviving this. Just because I have being forced to be cordial to certain people here and there doesn't mean I'm happy. You're in that position right now, and everybody knows tables always turn. That's all I'm waiting for. As soon as these tables turn, I've got a stack that I'm pushing into the trash can that's on fire, and I've got another stack going to Eden. It's a much smaller stack going to Eden, unfortunately. Drop the hypocrisy. Some of the nasty degradation you ladies are doing to yourself because I wrote you intelligent poetry. And that's it. I mean, let's cut the snarky bullshit out of the way. When you put the facts on the fucking table, you took one look at me and got insecure about yourself and went through a whole hellhole trying to band-aid it, and I'm who you're blaming. And more women keep hearing stories about the horrible rapey guy, and they keep walking straight up to the pack of twacked out trolls doing it. And I've got a few celebrity names that are postering them and their team, and like moths to the flame, girls keep showing up for some kind of weird ordeal, and the cops believe it's just some sort of fantasy camp. It's not. They're torturing people to death in some kind of satanic cult thing. And when the cops show up, one or two crackhead girls tell the cops that it's just a prank. My opinion, I think the cops know all that. 90% of the drudge that I'm crunching through is everybody already knows. They're just trying to pretend like it's an unknown thing, and that way they can pretend innocence if it ever surfaces. Oh. 11:33 Tuesday, March 9th, 2021. I guess certain celebrities are still under the impression that I'm dead, or the spell writer is dead, and that I'm just uploading whoever else's spells one by one. When these same people arguing that I'm doing that refuse to drive up to me and give me a chance to write them a black pearl at Starbucks. And I'm the only one that refused to give a chance to. And they're all putting pictures of themselves up like that online. And I do not. So until I do that and start doing the shit to prove that I'm this, that's why they won't pick me up. Where fucking you up? And I think it's in the cards for it too. Lynch mob all the evil people that turn this into a superiority complex cult, torturing little girls and pregnant women in a desperate attempt to like flavor their mediocre anything they try to do. But nah, torturing little kids. They found a niche for themselves. Great. Also somebody needs to start digging into this Hollywood thing. It's like these entourages that kind of follow celebrities around, in my opinion, are like 80% Illuminati. The maggots that are out here driving people like me crazy, trying to push me to Dorner, trying to push me to rape. And if you're someone like Katy Perry and you finally get to that breaking point, then they make it seem like you're winning, or you're figuring it out, or you're finally part of the club. But it's all part of it. Now Katy Perry's driving around with her head held high, acting like a snob. She doesn't realize that the people that were driving her to suicide are the people she's now giving her everything to, and they're laughing hysterically at her for it. Be the ball, they said. Become the one, they said. And all you had to do was say hello to me in Anaheim. Thank you. And for the Pete Beckinsales, look, yeah, again, I'm not going to be tied up and slapped around and forced to whimper under your bed while you're ravaged. No. Yeah, I'm down to like chill and play Xbox in the living room while you're being ravaged, and then and afterwards, that tangibility aspect of like being involved is definitely like 90% of those awkward delusions. Doing all that nasty stuff because you think I get off on it, and then because you got off or you're feeling gross, you fucking take off and leave me sitting here with my balls turning purple? I don't think so. And not with the shit you've been doing. I told you people not to try to bury me. All I gotta do is keep rubbing these sticks together, and this giant pile of bullshit you people are trying to bury me with is now a giant fucking pillar of light and fire. And I'm not stopping. I'm not stopping. This is Juggernaut with a very heavy backpack. Now, Angelina Jolie wants to snicker that I don't have the grit to pull out sword and go murder half the riverbed when it's a trap. She's snickering that I won't do that, so the second she sees me doing it, she can grin and cackle and start calling the cops about how unstable I am. Fucking people need to wake up, man. Oh, and Tom Holland going around telling everybody I'm a bitch that won't do it, but that motherfucker won't get out of his armored SUV and he won't get anywhere near me. He'll stand 200 yards over there surrounded by muscular guys, and the second I unzip my tent, he struggles through the back and gets ready to take off running. But he's going around telling the Watsons and all the girls in Hollywood that I just won't do it and leave me alone and go hang out with the tweakers and torturing the kids. Fuck. You know, grudge or a chip on my shoulder. This is Godzilla stomping out of the water and taking a look around. Yeah, it took me a minute to realize. I just couldn't believe it. Now I gotta start atomic breathing and thermonuclear in all directions until there's nothing left. You people just won't stop trying to be evil. I don't know what it is about. Just gonna keep reading. Taylor Swift, you're next. My next spell is gonna fuck you up. Because I think you figured it out. I think you had some cockroach in your living room pretending he was the one writing the spells, but I stole the book and you can't get it back from me. And now you're asking questions left and right, like, well, how is he writing new spells about current events in a new notebook page, and you're still sitting there listening to the maggot give you excuses? You're not even getting looked at until you pull out a pistol and start shooting these idiots in the face. Just dropping them back off here to freaking trick another girl into it? Thanks, but back to you saying I don't have grit, even though the second I clench my fist and punch at him or anybody else, you call the cops and start spending money to hurt me for it, while telling everybody I won't get up and punch people. Napalm.